sọ̀sọ̀ fáráyé ìmọ̀ ìṣẹ́gbẹ́ ìyá ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́.
This carryable entity. Ìbà Ọlọ́run, ìbà èèyàn. Ọlọ́run tí pé kó wá tí ó sì wá. Ọlọ́run tí sọ pé kó lọ tí ó lọ. Ọlọ́run kan lónìí. Ọlọ́run kan lánàá. Ọlọ́run kan títí ayé. Ìbà gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ jù mí lọ nínú ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mu. Ìbà gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí a jọ jẹ́gbẹ́. Mo ṣe bá gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn. Èyí tí a tó wí lénìí ẹ mọ́ ju ohun wá o. Torí pé àdáṣe ní hun mọ́. Ìbà ò gbọ́dọ̀ hun èèyàn. And I promise you all that I'm going to be in my best behavior today. And whatever I'm going to say, I'm not going to upset the apple cart. I'm just going to say, as the MC has said, to suggest why are we here and how we can move forward. But before I do that, I would like to say a big thank you to the committee that put this together. Àkàmu tablet, Epushel. Thanks so much. Àkàmu, are you here? Is he here? Okay, somewhere there. Okay, if it's not here, then it should be here. Kakanfo. Thanks so much. But then láti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n gbẹ́ mi lé nínú ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mu. Àwọn tí wọ́n kọ́ mi lédè, tí wọ́n kọ́ mi láṣà. Látàrí ìsàfún ẹ̀dùn tí ta fi bá dé Àtìbà. Ẹ ṣé o, ìbàjẹ́ ò ní kàn yín. Somebody just said to me before we came here that in Kega's club we have more JVCs than comrades. And from what I'm seeing now, I think that's an evidence. But deep inside me, I know we have fellowships and comrades who are populated around here, but they are not seated here. And the cankerworm that I want to talk about today will center around that, especially in discipline in Kegaslo. Please, I'm going to burst your bubble. If you think I'm going to hold this microphone and assign blames on either world headquarters or national headquarters, please, I'm not here to do that. Ìyá tí ń ta the evil spirit never use you. Excuse me. Around 1982, and I'm going to tell you the background to this love for this club. It was an inter-house sports competition in my school, in my village, Baptist High School, Ejigo, in Osun State. And after the competitions, this set of people just came with their drums and they were singing. That song started my interest in this club. And I was thinking, I was praying that if I should have the opportunity to go to higher institution in Nigeria, this is going to be my #1 club. And when I got to St. Andrew's College of Education in 1987, it's on record that before I registered for my courses, the first thing I registered for in 1987 December was Kega's Club. And we started like that. So the love that people like me and this Archaivarian from Olosota, I've just asked about my friend Omiata of Olosota in those days. The love we have for this club, despite the challenges, will not make us to back down or to give up on the challenges that we are having. We are going to strive on and make sure that we overcome all these challenges that we are going through. We love this club so much. So when we see all these epistles that you guys write, before you finish one from Kwateku, another one is coming from Iliaula, stating positions. Another one will come from Fatika. Another one will come from Atiba. Stating positions. Excuse me. People of my generation don't have time for that. What we have time for is that beautiful club that gave us that joy, that gave us that belonging, and that unity in diversity was very strong and real. That's what we want. You want me to read your epistle? Initially I started reading, but I got tired, and I don't even have that time anymore. I have a proposal to write. I have a project to work on. 15-page project that will give me money. And you are saying the same story that is different from the story which another area is saying. We don't want that. We want this unity. And very shortly, I'm going to tell you why we are having this challenge. And since we are having this challenge, things have not been moving on as supposed to. And as I said, please, I'm not going to be apportioning blame. I'm going to say how you and I are responsible for this mess in our club. Now, but first let me say what cankerworms are. I dock my filari. For these people that thought about this thing, the cankerworm of modern day camaraderie way forward. You know what a cankerworm is? Cankerworm is a very deadly pest. Yorùbá we say kòkòrò tó ń jẹ ẹ̀fọ́, inú ẹ̀fọ́ ló wà. So this committee, they are very, very wise to know that these challenges that we are having is not external. Inú ilé ló wà, ogun abẹ́lé ni wọ́n pè é. And inú gbogbo ogun tó ṣòro jáde láyé ogun abẹ́lé ni. And that's why PDP will be very, very happy to have Mr. Wike out of the party. But the guy refused to leave. Inú ẹgbẹ́ yẹn ló ṣì wà, ó ń fogun abẹ́lé jà wọ́n. So these people that are causing wahala in our dear club, they are in the club, they have refused to leave, and we can't say they should leave because what they are doing is not detectable or ditchable. That is why you and I here today have to have a rethink on how we are going to surmount this challenge that is facing all of us. But I need to let you know that cankerworms are very, very immature and they don't last long. Those that last long will eventually end up being moths or butterflies. And we don't like cankerworms, but we like butterflies. So if we manage it very well, we are going to come out even more beautiful and much stronger as a club. So today, very quickly, because I know you don't have time, I don't even have time because I have another function that I have to go and attend to now. But this club is very, very important to me, And that's why some of my friends that we were together at that function, they are here with me to ferry me back to that function. Now, I want to discuss manifestations of these counter wars. And because of what I do and my background, I tell stories so that people can understand concepts. So I'll be proposing concepts and I'll be telling stories. And these stories are my own personal stories. Stories in Kegels Club and stories in corporate world. Now, number one, manifestation is ego. Èmi ò jù ẹ́, ìwọ ò jù mí. When I move on to how we are going to move forward, how we are going to solve this problem, I'm going to give you a very good suggestion or a story around this ego. And this probably the hardest of the nuts for us to crack, because ego is very, very dangerous. Because when you are egoic, you think some people want to stifle life out of you. So it has to continue. And as a Navy chief that reigned for 9 months or maximum of 12 months, wants whatever position he has taken to continue with his son. Check for me. Inú mi dẹ́dùn pé àwọn chiefs wọ́n fara balẹ̀ wọ́n ń gbọ́ mi. So you want it to continue pé àti ìgbọ̀ èmi mo ti sọ báyìí fáà nígbà. And it happened to me personally when we had that challenge in Southwest before we transformed to Atiba. For 7 years, kò sí ẹni náà, iná lójú iná lẹ́nu ni o, gbogbo ìjà that thing, some people are already smiling, already laughing, because we wanted what we started. But like I said to you, when we get a way forward, I'm going to tell you how we broke that games of ego, and we have to move forward. Please, we don't want all this wahala. People of my generations, we don't want this wahala. What we want to do is good palm wine, the good social cultural club that we have known for years. And we want to enjoy as a good songies. We want to sing drumitos. Come and sing drumis here. We want to banatu. That's all we want. Not any ija from you. And we are not here to support anybody. What we want is for you to shield your ego and please, let's move forward. Number 2. And please, I didn't say this before I started my lecture. Forgive me if I'm going to be very, very a bit scaffy here. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Number 2 is incompetence. Incompetence on my own part as a leader of the club, incompetence on the part of all of us here. Excuse me, when somebody comes here to say that I am a fellow so, 1992, 93, whatever, the next thing we are going to say is identify yourself. No, excuse me, that's very incompetent on our own part. We should have evolved as a club that started in early 60s to have a database where I can punch in your name. We are more than an institution as Kegels Club. To punch in your name and say, this guy is carried. Because if you have not detected you, if you have not deceived you, if you don't know any Jara anymore, you are still a member of our club. So we have to really brace up. And sons here, please don't be so much overwhelmed by the challenges. What you just need to do is to start from your own third year. And how much do they do this? For 40,000 naira, you can start this database. It's going to be your own website, resident in your own institution. There's this Àgbàlagbà broadcaster in Oyo State, Boyega Lawal. When I became a chief, they handed over a file to me, and I was going through this file. Baba, in that file, I saw the name of Boyegalawa as a member of Kegas Club in Southwest then. So when I settled down in Ibadan in 1991, I met Boyegalawa. I gave him one finger salute. He said, Kidele, probably since he left in 1986 or 87, nobody had given him one finger salute. He said, how do you know? I said, Baba, I saw it in the archives. He was so glad. We met at Basharon because I saw that record. Where is that record today? So incompetence in our own part. And there's this generational gap. Please, David Genesis XYXYZ. The way we see things, you don't see it. And that's why probably some people are saying that we have to do more of this kind of convergence so that we can understand ourselves. Sometimes we think that you want to disrecognize us. You don't want to give us the necessary recognition for all that we have done for the poor. Baba, am I right? And you think from your own generation. You think from your own generation that we want to take over all the power from you. We need to have a way to have more interaction so that we can understand ourselves and enjoy this club more. Number 3, please and please, like I said, I've asked for forgiveness. But those people that recommended me for this talk did because they knew that Àkàmu Oriejo is going to say the truth. Some of us have refused to grow. Some of us, the way we behaved when we were comrades some 15-20 years ago, that's how we are still behaving today. In those days, the only way, I don't know if it has changed, for you to be recognized is how much controversial you are as a comrade, or you can manage the promises, or you can subdue very well. But things are changing, and I really appreciate you, this great generation, that you are taking things forward. We didn't have things like this in my years, honestly. Sure. The only time we converge will be when we have one Jara. Or maybe there's not going to be something more that shrine, all of us will just come together and things like that. So I have to commend you, but we have to grow as an institution because Kegas Club it has already become an institution. When I finish my lecture today, find out what an institution is. We have to grow so that we can draw people that are going to help us re-establish our club. And I give you an example. I was having a chat with some new JVCs that I'm going to suggest some friends of mine to be fellorized. And the chief was saying to me that those people that I'm suggesting, we have to go through those brutalizations that we, excuse me, I'm suggesting a bank MD to you and you are going to be using something to beat his tail like this. Are you crazy? We have to grow. How can we do things that we bring in people in the society? We have to be doing this kind of activity in Golden Tulip in Ibadan. We should be under AC for somebody to just drop in 3 million naira for us to hire a hall. Please, we have to grow. I understand that we have to hold the tradition, but we have to bring in all the necessary innovations so that we can attract more people to our club the same way they are going to attract people to professional bodies like Akin. I don't want to compare ourselves with all the artist groups. Please and please, we have to do that. Because they have said to me that I have to talk about cankerworms, which is within. So I'm not going to talk about cultism, which I think is from outside. But even cultism within will be one of the challenges that we are having, because if your interest is divided, then you can't be very loyal to us. Now, the last I want to talk about is this, and listen to me. If you are under the influence of my voice, wherever you are here, if you are dysfunction and you didn't put any contribution financially, then you are a cankerworm that we are talking about. Because it costs a lot of money for these people to do this, and I didn't commend them. So if you belong to an organization or a society, however small, you must be able to give. We know that fingers are not equal. Chief Ayobada can give 50,000 naira, and I can be able to give 5,000 naira. And I like our club, we don't discriminate based on that. But all of us must give, we must contribute, so that this kind of activity can be very, very rapid, and we can do it even in a better form. Now, let me quickly go to way forward, because I've been speaking grammar. We say, what's the way forward? If you are egoic, don't be egoic now. Drop your ego. And number one that I want to talk about way forward is compromise. Please, compromise is very, very important. And I would like somebody here, if you have an assignment, you can continue the assignment, but just wave to people. Patron Femi Father, wave to people, and I'm going to tell them your story. Wave to them and let them know you. That's Patron Femi Father, and I'm going to tell the story to recognize what compromise is. You all know our story as Southwest when we are having that challenge. And what headquarters and Council of KBC said at this stage, you have to make a compromise. And what they are asking for is for somebody from us to step down from these KBCs that we have been coronating, to become a coordinator. And this gentleman said that I'm going to make that sacrifice. Because that sacrifice is very, very important. Instead of him becoming a chief, maybe we probably could have continued and we would have been pardoned. This gentleman said, no, I'm going to make that sacrifice. So if you are very egoic today, please, somebody must make that sacrifice. Please, I beg you, in the name of whatever you believe in. Number two, genuine restructuring is imminent. And I think devolution of powers, which we have started, is very, very important. We have to give more powers to HBCs, residents in their areas, and we have to recognize that fellowships too, outside, they have some roles to play. And we have to define that very, very well so that we all understand. But this centralization may not, because of the age we are in, be sustained. Ladies and gentlemen, because I know you have so many other things to do today, this will be the end of my lecture, and I thank you very well for your time and your patience. God bless you. You are all carried. Thank you. Ìyá ẹlẹ́mú ti gòrí mi o. Ìyá ẹlẹ́mú ti gòrí mi o. Àsíá kẹ̀kẹ́ ìṣòro dẹ̀dẹ̀ lórí mi o. Ó wáyọ̀ lókè o, orí tó yọ lókè ọ̀dà bí ewé. You want me to continue? Just give me some few minutes. When we start, we are going to start feeding. So you are very, very carried. I recognize what you have done for me today, and I really, really appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you.